Hello.
This is Chris Person.
And Paul Tamayo.
And
yeah, today we're playing Onimusha, or Onimusha, Warlords. I don't know how to really pronounce it. I'm going to go Onimusha.
I kept thinking on the way to get tea that a really good 10-year-old thing to do would be to pronounce it Onimusha.
Onimusha.
And just piss everyone off.
Well, with these tank controls, we're going to be directional Onimusha. That's for my audio nerds. I unlocked the other bonus costume that I won't show off yet. Although if you played this game in 2001, you know what the bonus costume is.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll show it off at the end. But we're going to just start up a brand new save. I've already beaten the game. I beat it last night.
It's time to tank.
It's time to tank indeed.
Time to tank.
I kind of feel a certain way about tank controls. I like the sort of misery that comes along with tank controls.
Ooh,
I think it's
nice.
Yeah, actually, some of the pre-rendered cutscenes are pretty good. The full motion videos. Remember that term? Fumvs. But yeah, what's really cool though is that like you'll get to see some levels that obviously have like pre-rendered, like almost like GIFs, like so things will happen in the background that are moving. And sometimes the camera will move within those levels and you'll see it sort of like snap into place once it's done sort of loading like a cartoon. It's pretty cool. I might skip the cutscene though. I can give you a quick little TLD dub.
Told?
Didn't watch. So basically what happens is this crazy warlord dude. Oh yeah, I have it on Japanese too, by the way. I should have put the English dub on because it's pretty hilarious. You know how audio is too.
Yeah, how are levels?
So yeah, so basically what happens is this warlord makes a pact with the devil, and he comes back to life, and sort of takes this castle by storm, and then kidnaps his princess. And here I am, in love with the princess, trying to help her.
I gotta say, in terms of packs, the Devil's one of my favorites.
For sure.
If you gotta do a pact,
gotta do it with the devil.
The Devil's a really good one.
El Diablo. So what you'll notice too is that like it kind of feels like Resident Evil with those camera cuts and those pre-rendered backgrounds, like I mentioned a second ago.
Yeah.
And it's kind of an interesting game. I actually kind of dig the Onimusha games.
I'd be curious what the process of re-rendering those was.
Yeah.
Or if it's just like upscaling those backgrounds, if they had the art like somewhere. It's more just like an archival question. Like, do they?
Yeah. So
did they actually have like how much of this? Like how much? You talk about like, oh no, the source code of this game was lost, but yada yada yada. It's just like how much of this raw material was lost.
Yeah, this opening part sucks because you can't kill these guys. It's just like an intro into like the combat, I guess.
Yeah.
So you just have to whack them a few times until the cutscene. There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, I also have it on. Let me show off a couple of the options too, as my phone falls out of my pocket.
Yeah, dude. What up?
My pants are not made for phones in pockets.
I used to have. I had a pair of like Nike sweatpants that had that like zipper side. Anyway. Wait, hold on. I want to hear this. Samanosuke. Yappari. Hell yeah. Sorry.
No,
I've just never heard the voice actors.
Yeah, no, I switched. Me neither, actually. I've only ever experienced it in English. And the guy sounds kind of like... He actually doesn't sound too bad, but it definitely sounds like the...
Is this the OG dub?
Leftover... Yeah, this is the OG dub. So it sounds like leftover 90s English dub, where it's like... Princess Yuki!
Princess Yuki!
Yeah, big bad.
I love the shake where you can see the top and bottom of the frame.
Yeah, it's good, right? Also, yeah, so that's one thing I wanted to show off is like, I can, if you hit the touchpad, I'm playing this on PS4 by the way. This is also available today on Switch, Xbox One, PS4, PC.
I feel like Switch would be actually a really good way to play this.
Yeah, it's not a bad way to play it.
Just because the fidelity is not lost. And actually, it looks really good on PS4.
Yeah, it's also like
better.
It's also like a 4-hour game. It's like super. It's short, comparatively. I think it's like $20 at retail.
Yeah, that's fair. They don't have to like. This isn't like the RE remake where they're like starting from scratch basically.
Right.
And like reinterpreting.
Samanosuke. Let me see if I can skip this. I can't. So yeah, you can actually like.
I love this guy's voice. He's got like old ethereal Japanese dude voice.
Yeah, Samanosuke.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so like we were just talking a second ago about like the Resident Evil remake. This one does something similar where you can actually play it in widescreen in 16:9.
Oh, actually.
So it just pan and scans.
Is it stretched or is it like in like a Dolphin emulator?
No, it just pan and scans. So it just like zooms into the image, and every time you move around, if you move forward,
So it's
or
a crop.
Yeah. Pan and scan. Ask your parents about pan and scan, kids. Back in the day, there were only 4:3 televisions, which are the square ratio, and
It's not unlike when you see a video of somebody assembling a, let's say, salad or something from above. That's what TVs used to look like.
yeah, basically, or any Instagram videos.
Any Instagram videos.
Yeah.
It was like Instagram.
It was like Instagram, but it had a really big tube back portion to it.
Shot. Yeah.
It shot rays into your eyeballs. Oh yeah.
Someone said, bro, now you can play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
They got a man. I wonder if they ever made a toy replica version of that thing that shot Nerf darts or something out of it. Some guy out there or girl out there probably made that.
God, what a simple plot.
Yeah, it's
You
save
really
the princess.
Just you got, that princess, you gotta save him. You gotta save her.
So here are all the instructions. Yeah.
Also, this is
whatever.
making me really want to play Neo.
Oh yeah.
Neo, by the way, one of the best games of the Souls genre.
So I want to say real quick. So if you hit the touchpad, you go to options, aspect ratio 16:9. So you'll see here once I go back, now it's widescreen. But you'll see when I move around, you see how it like kind of tilted down there for a second.
Yeah,
It's so it zooms into the image.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Right. It's a little weird, but
It's a little strange.
also. Let me go back. I have a herb, as you can see there.
Yo, you a herb?
I got a herb.
No, I mean like it's interesting. I think that's a good way to do it because at least you're not like cutting the frame out, but like, yeah, huh?
Also, you'll see that when I hit R1, I got this little sort of like stance that you go into combat with. So I'm still playing it with tank controls. So tank controls, for those who don't know, when I hit up on the D-pad, he moves up no matter what. No matter what sort of direction you're facing or in the frame, he moves forward. And then when you hit right or left, he sort of angles that way. And then if you hit back, obviously he moves backward. If I choose to, though, if you don't want to deal with all that nonsense,
I don't like dealing with all that nonsense.
you can just use the analog stick. You see how I'm moving around freely here?
Yeah, we got into this like it's like people are very divided on tank controls versus like tank control games and adapting them because like I don't know in something like Fatal Frame,
Right.
you can't play that game with an analog unless it's an accessibility issue, in which case
Yeah.
do whatever the hell you want.
But look how cool this is. So
Yeah, no, this is nice.
see like the river and the blood flowing from those soldiers' limbs. Like that's like basically just like a GIF, and everything you're moving around this like pre-rendered
Yeah.
2D image, but it looks kind of cool. I mean,
It looks like there's like looping video and then something with an alpha channel over it.
Yeah, you'll see. I wonder if we'll get to it in our like little stream today. But there are moments where there are multiple things moving in the background, and it looks kind of amazing actually. So here I'm using tank controls. Now I'm using the R1 feature where I can sort of sidestep like so.
We have an episode of our lovely series coming up about this very issue as it relates to Resident Evil, as it relates to this, and sort of the ethics of remakes and remasters.
Yeah. So Friendly Broski in the chat is asking why is this often compared to Resident Evil, and is it any good? So that's a solid question. I feel like with this game in particular, this came out in 2001, so it was like. A Capcom. Also, interestingly enough, that you pointed out to me the other day, Chris, the same year that Devil May Cry came out.
DMC 1, yes.
DMC 1. And it feels like a sort of interesting, like halfway point between Devil May Cry and Resident Evil. But
yeah.
I'd say this game is worth a look.
Uh-oh.
Oh man, I'm getting.
Hold on. You're gonna kick your ass, man.
Let me reassess the situation. So yeah, you'll see like here. Oh my God, I'm getting.
Yeah, you're in a corner, man.
Yeah, hold on.
You got herbs?
Yeah. So like I was saying a second ago, it definitely still has that RE vibe of like it kind of is like a point and click adventure, and you're just sort of walking around collecting things, getting keys, solving really simple puzzles throughout the world. Like some of them are even these little like cranks and things you have to turn around.
Oh, you already went that way.
Backwards, yeah.
It's hard to talk about things and play
so
video
difficult.
games, surprisingly.
But yeah, you'll see here, like you see how it's kind of cutting in between every time I move throughout the environment. That's a very Resident Evil leftover from the '90s type of thing.
Yeah.
That actually still was in Devil May Cry 1, DMC 1. Except
the fixed camera angles that you switch between places because you couldn't render the whole scene, so you had to just do these pre-renders. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Final Fantasy, it was in a bunch of shit.
Yeah. And in Devil May Cry, though, the big jump was the fact that you could move around with the analog stick, and that was a very like action-packed, like double jump, slash, and shoot, juggle people in the air with your guns. So like, the tank controls in that game would have felt really strange, but also like it introduced a new problem, which is interesting, where every time the camera cut, if you were like pushing the analog stick in a certain direction, your guy would just move in another direction once the camera cut if you didn't sort of adapt quickly enough. So it kind of became annoying, especially I definitely felt that in Devil May Cry 1 at least.
This is like Akira Kurosawa's Super Mario Brothers. It's like just like get Toshiro Mifune and Tetsuya Nakadai to
Samanosuke Bros.
Just imagining that's like a fan art thing. Like, what if Bowser was a warlord?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and it's just his arm or something.
It's definitely that. I mean, it's the princess is missing. Save her.
I love that little bat. That's so tacky. It rules.
It's also so fun because like you'll encounter ladders, or like in this case, this little like giant pit, and you have to hit X to go like, yes, I will go down.
I would like to go down.
Very Silent Hill or something. These damn bats.
I love the bats. You knew they weren't going to use them once.
Yeah, no, they gotta flex that.
You gotta get
bat
at least
tech.
2, at least 3.
Yeah, flex that bat tech.
Yeah, someone says they like the look. It's a very good color palette. I'm also realizing, like, I mean, I guess I take it for granted that Onimusha was like, you know, influential. You know what I mean? It's sort of like a fact, but it's like you never really forget. Like when I don't know, I haven't played an Onimusha game since like the Jean Reno one, maybe.
Yeah.
Like 3. And so it's just like you're like, oh yeah, the DNA for so much stuff is in this.
Totally.
Yeah, you know, like
you can see
Neo and you know,
and it's a cool concept. I wonder if like, I mean, this is all speculation, obviously, but I wonder if they're like, unless I missed something, but I wonder if they're sort of teasing or sort of like slowly reintroducing the Onimusha, you know, title series as like a way into like a reintroduction, because like maybe they're coming out with a new one. I don't know.
Maybe they'll add him to Smash.
Yo, that would be
sick.
Sick.
That's the going theory that like Smash characters are just like a way to push product from other companies. Like is the strongest, I think. That like, you know, I was saying like, you know, the Prince of All Cosmos from like Katamari would be a good move, because then that would open it up to like, oh, now these people care about Katamari, and like,
there's something over here.
ooh.
Yeah, there's also little secrets like that you know, when you play the game multiple times like I have, you remember these dumb things.
Yeah. I think the Switch is a good remaster platform, for the record.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if you've never played this game and you're kind of curious about it, I say check it out. I mean,
yeah, why not?
Like Chris was saying a second ago, it definitely has influenced a decent amount of things, and I think the overall premise is kind of dope too. Like basically Resident Evil in ancient, you know, feudal Japan.
I mean, we are going to be living in the year of, or a time of, at least 2 period samurai games.
Right.
You know. I'm very, very excited to play more Sekiro.
Oh yeah, Guy, you got a chance to play that game.
I got a chance. You go back and watch me play Sekiro and try not to die.
You did your thing though.
I did my thing. I did good.
So now I got the big boy sword.
Big boy sword.
And if you'll notice too, like as I've been killing enemies, I can sort of collect. If I hold down circle, you collect their like these souls or whatever. These like basically this currency that you can then use to upgrade. Either the soul thing or the your weapons. What I also love about these games is that like, as you'll notice, sometimes you have to really kind of keep an eye out. Very, very Resident Evil in that way, where like this camera angle right here, you'll notice that little colorful ass chest in the corner out of sight, and then they reintroduce it again, sort of like, hey, it's like a cartoon. Whenever there was a door that was like slightly lightly colored, as opposed to the rest of the frame, you're like, oh, that door's gonna open or that door's gonna move. It has a sort of similar feel to it. And so here's another like example of a very simple ass puzzle that you'll play.
Sorry.
In this game. And
I don't think you're ever gonna solve this one.
No, I've done it. There it is.
God.
You only have 3 moves, and you have to basically line up the numbers to the corresponding tile. Okay,
so what are the Samurai Core? We had Hope Core. Now we're gonna go to Samurai Core. What are the Samurai Core games? You have Onimusha, or sorry, you have Sekiro. Yep. You have Sekiro coming out. You have the Sucker Punch game, and then you have
Ghost of Tsushima,
and then you have Neo 2, which I'm pumped for, because maybe then people will realize that Neo is good.
But check this out. This is what I was just talking about. See that little corner right there? It's like, oh, it's a chest. And sometimes they don't actually reveal the whole thing. You just have to really kind of study the frame.
I like they kept the translation magic jewel.
Yeah.
Like, they're not changing anything about that.
This is a thing that you have to eventually figure out later on. There's like this coded language, and then if you go to files, like that book I picked up in the little cabinet over there, the little window,
Seiryu.
it'll unlock over time as you collect more of the volume. So then it'll ask like, what clan has been subverted by the demons? And I totally forgot what the answer was because I played it over the course of last week.
Oh yes, Seiryu, what are the 4 divine beasts?
Yeah, so here's the magic mirror, where you can enhance your weapons. I'm gonna do that right now with this S word. I can only go so far. So then, yeah, and then you can also upgrade the thing on your arm, which is kind of cool. So that'll also work as a lock for doors later on. You'll see like doors that are hidden that you can't.
Like that one?
Yeah. So this one has level 1, so I can definitely unlock it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, take that shit.
Yeah, but I remember being blown away by this game in 2001.
Yeah, I don't know how well this game is, like, how challenging it's going to be, but it's like archival for archival purposes. It's fine. You know
Oh, for sure.
You want a little trip down memory lane. It's like playing RE1. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's also really cool because like.
Oh, dude,
man.
come on, man.
It's also really cool because I'll show it off. I'll show it off in a second once I like get rid of these dudes. But you jerk!
You done, son?
You jerk! Let me yell at this guy a little bit more. Oh, you want some too, my dude?
Uh-oh. You let him get up.
Get this guy. You can also totally like block those dudes. And if you hit square at the right time,
Oh, he's coming at you. Can you deflect him?
Yeah, you can either block them, or if they come at you at the right time, just kind of baseball bat swing at them, and it's like a one-hit kill. Ooh. But what was so cool at the time, you see the board there where the way I sliced. Oh, you jerk! Sometimes it'll also just respawn, but yeah, depending on where you hit that board, it'll like kind of chop off. Oh yeah, you see, look, another hidden chest back there. But yeah, combat's super simple. Like unless you, the other cool thing is later on, you saw the character earlier on. The other ninja character, you get to play as her as well, and she has a different moveset, but you don't have to worry about upgrading her sort of weapons and all that stuff, which kind of can be a bummer because you have a hard time healing as her, but you also share an inventory, which is weird. The game never really explains that, but it's interesting.
Man, I want to play Ninja Gaiden. I think that was the thing is like I like played Ninja Gaiden, and I think that's part of the reason why like. What was it? The Onimusha was in, Onimusha 3, I think? I forget.
Yeah, it was 3.
Okay. That... Look up.
Yeah, I was trying to block. I got caught in that.
Look up. There we go.
You get the yellow... Oh, see, I can never win these. I never win those.
Oh, man. You got to heal up.
Yeah, let me heal up real quick.
I think you also have a... There's a yellow orb hanging around.
No, they eventually disappear over time. Let me see if I can still suck it up.
Nope.
Yeah, it's gone by now. Nope. Love that sound, man.
Someone says, yo, is this Stranger Things? I don't know where you're getting that one.
Yeah, I don't get that reference. Too old. Try to... Okay, let me go back. Let me back up. Let me back up.
Let me back up. Does not have the...
See? Boom.
Hell yeah. The razor-sharp controls of an Itagaki primary game.
Yeah. But it definitely has some skill involved. Like you saw there, I have to like kind of block for a second.
And like if you're coming off of this from like Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure this was, like...
This was action-packed.
This was some action-packed shit,
This is action-packed shit right here. I'm going to avoid that guy for now.
Action-packed shit.
Let's see.
Yeah, I can see how playing this widescreen would crowd the frame too. Mm-hmm. Like especially when you're in combat scenarios where like... Oh, get that.
Oh, yeah, let me get that yellow.
That's a big one.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Big boy.
Look at all that ragu.
There is a lot of ragu.
So yeah, I'm also collecting magic as well. Oh, what's this? It's a herb. And then if I hit triangle, oh yeah, I have a ladder.
You do have a ladder.
Very
that ladder you got from earlier, one of the items you have outside.
Yeah, the rope ladder I found conveniently in a box. Now I can use it.
Process of elimination there. Not
a hard thing to deduce there, but still at the time you were like, oh, I solved it. They're gonna jump out. Are they gonna jump out? No, not yet. I do wish this game had the back B thing or back circle where I could just turn around quickly. Because having to slowly rotate like this is not a good time. I'm not saving it because I beat the game, so I don't really.
You don't care.
I don't care, man.
You don't give a damn.
I don't give a f.
You don't give a frick.
Oh yeah, I gotta unlock that.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah.
Get that treasure, man. Get the treasure. Get the treasure.
Wait, what
Little
treasure?
box. The treasure box.
Oh no, it's another puzzle. That's
Oh,
why
is
I
it a
haven't
puzzle?
done it yet.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm dumb.
Forgot to mention that. Yeah, here we go. Look at this cutscene.
Oh, sick. It's a big boy.
I really want to put the English dub back on, and I'll do it with the bonus costume later. If you guys don't want to get spoiled on what the bonus costume is, maybe tune out when I tell you to, but it's not that big of a deal, really. If you somehow avoided it 18 years and you want to keep going. Can you believe that? 2001. Whoever was born in 2001, they're 18. Assuming they were born within the first few weeks of January.
That was gonna say.
Okay. Trash, my dude. Let me use my... Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get too greedy.
Oh, that's the big boy. Yeah, let me collect some of these orbs real quick.
Get those orbs.
Hit me with those orbs.
Dog, I need some orbs.
So you gotta keep track. So I'm holding R1 right now, which is like his combat stance.
Mm.
So you have to remember like which way is right, which way is left, which is not hard to do, but
Traditionally speaking. No.
traditionally speaking, yeah. It was so interesting also like playing it was an October. See? These camera angles are doo-doo though. Playing Resident Evil with our wonderful social media manager a while back, and he had never. Oh, jeez,
I guess you can't
block
block that one.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks.
That's messed up, man.
What
You
if
know
you
what?
die,
I
man?
don't need that. I'll just load up another save. Oh yeah, give me that. Give me some
Yeah, that
yellow
blue.
orbs. No yellow orbs, huh? You guys are being stingy with you. And eventually you'll get like a bow and arrow and even a gun, because it wouldn't be a Capcom survival horror game without
Without a
a
gun.
gun.
I think you're blind a little bit.
Oh no!
Not like this.
Give me some yellow orbs, man. Oh, I don't even have. Do I have enough?
Did you
herb?
finish them? Do you have enough blue? You don't have herbs. Oh, you have one herb.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's right. You got that herb that one time.
Oh yeah, that's the
one. That's the one
unblockable
that sucks. Well, at least you can roll out of it.
Give me some. Oh, here we go.
Oh, here.
Yellow. Oh yeah, this is definitely like the ultimate little brother game. Like I'm pretty sure my experience with this game was watching my older brother play it. Like we rented it from like Blockbuster. Kids, ask your parents about Blockbuster.
Or dumb. I do have a fondness for at the very least the anime section of Blockbuster Video.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, get that yellow.
They have.
Give me that yellow. Oh, you dum-dum. Not get greedy. Yeah, so you can tell there's like obviously a rhythm to this thing. Slice your butt cheeks. There you go.
Some
You're done.
shout out to Netflix Disc. That's like, I don't think we're far enough away from that to be nostalgic.
And I do remember though, like renting The Office, like one DVD at a time and stuff like that. That was brutal.
Oh man, I have a bunch of like, I think I still have like, hell yeah, still think I have like 2 or 3 leftover Netflix discs, and they're all things that like would be a pain in the ass to get otherwise, like Criterion movies.
Oh yeah. And now that you don't have
It's like, where am I gonna find Sweet Movie?
what's that service get? Filmstruck.
Well, that's coming back. The
is.
second they broke up with Turner.
Oh, the Criterion stuff is coming
Criterion
back.
stuff's coming back. It's going to be like all those Turner Classic Movie stuff that's going to be a pain in the ass to find.
Word.
Yeah,
Yeah,
rip.
RIP Filmstruck.
Can we get some Fs in the chat for Filmstruck?
Please pay respect.
Pay respects to Filmstruck. Honestly, though, like, good on them.
Oh, I know this part. Oh, not yet. Oh, here's my favorite character in this game. Look at this
hell yeah.
wacky ass. Man, I'm so mad I didn't put the English dub on. He just sounds like a Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah, he looks like a Sentai villain.
Yeah. Said, let me whoop that ass. Kind of sound like Shaq a little bit.
Nobunaga?
Yeah, look at this goofy ass. I might cosplay as this dude. I could probably work that out. Get a bike helmet. Just glue it to the back of my head.
Hey, he looks like Ultraman's gonna fight him.
So hilarious.
Very Sentai look.
In 2001, though, you got to understand, this blew my mind.
His lip sync's not that bad. Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah, these dudes suck because they multiply. Any enemies that multiply.
I love knowing. Oh god, this sucks. Oh.
Jerks. Like some calamari acho. No! You just gotta mash every button on the controller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, fans of what's the DNA character or any fans of ARMS on Nintendo Switch will be happy to see that.
Helix or whatever his name is.
Dude,
yeah.
That's his original role.
Oh, you got Cohen. Finally, I was wondering when you were gonna get Cohen.
Finally. Yeah, maybe the last 20 minutes I'll you know what? I'll show it off at the very end because we'd have to replay some stuff, but it's gonna be a good time.
Someone's asking when we're gonna play God Hand on stream.
Oh,
I wouldn't play that
man.
without first consulting Tim.
Yeah, I think Tim's the resident God Hand.
I played a bunch of God Hand. I got like most of the way through that game.
Nice. You don't have enemies spawn randomly like this, and you just kind of farm them. There are some rooms where like, oh, this sword actually rules. It's like the strongest one, I think. Come on, man. You just poke him?
God, the angles here do not favor you. Yeah.
They're yeah. Oh damn! I sent that dude long.
Yeah, this is a different. What do you call it? Is it a different moveset?
Yeah, it's definitely slower, but it
Damage,
owns,
yeah.
Oh, these guys are the worst. So
these guys
that.
are greedy.
They do that, and if you
hell,
don't have
guys?
the bow and arrow yet, they're a pain in the ass. You have to
Yeah.
like sort of just wait for the downswing, and then you get them, like so. God, these guys are so annoying.
The hell, man.
Come on! Oh, nice.
Oh, get him!
Give
Get
me
him!
that. No.
They're just gonna hoard him until you get the last one.
Yeah, which is kind of sweet when you get it all finally.
I guess that it's not as bad as like fighting a bunch of guys and losing a bunch. There we go.
Give me that. Give me all of that.
Oh god, that just felt good to watch.
Oh yeah. Now I can unlock this one because I have the. Technically, this is red. It doesn't look red to me, but technically it is. That confused me a little bit actually throughout playing the game. And you'll notice that. Oh yeah, I forgot about this guy. Medicine. It's a Red Bull can. And then I can go here and then.
You should
enhance
upgrade
my
one of those
joints.
orbs.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, actually, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably get like a quarter of the way through the other one.
Yeah. Like a little call to arms.
Yeah, right. I usually upgrade when I first played it, my first playthrough, I just upgraded my weapons first.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
get over here, you jerk!
He's a jerk.
Come on. Get outside.
Someone said a lot of the blurriness is gone. I would assume so. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to sort of parse out like what the ideal way to remake a game is. Do you remake a game? I think this is a good middle ground.
Yeah, especially if you've never played it and you are kind of interested in it.
Yeah.
And like I said before, if you really want to challenge yourself and play with the tank controls, I'm not gonna lie, I played 99% of this game with tank controls, and the very final boss, I had to play with the analog stick because it was just it's like such a grind, it's such a tedious.
It's also like playing an adventure game.
Oh damn! I let go of L1 at the wrong time. At the right time.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that second one. Yeah. You just burn through him, right?
Yeah, I could just move around him, but I want the satisfaction of knowing he's dead. And this freaking jerk.
This freak. I don't know. It's like playing adventure games now, where like it's like, yeah, you could play it the way it was, but you're also an adult and your time is limited. And that was
Totally.
like that game was focused in such a way to like be a pain in the ass at the time.
Yeah,
But then
and-
again, it's also like this Twin Snakes problem where it's like Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes notoriously makes the game too easy because you have like modern Metal Gear controls.
Yeah. But like you said a second ago too, it was made for like when you were 13 on summer vacation and you didn't have a damn thing to do with your
Yeah.
life. Like I played the final
It
boss.
also didn't have, the analog in the same way,
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
I'm sure they had DualShock 1, but like I don't know if they came out at that time. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Eat it.
Yeah, if you
Eat it,
time that right.
dweeb.
Another
Nerd.
one.
Yeah.
God, these camera angles are the worst.
Are you saying a PlayStation 1 game's camera angles may have aged poorly?
No, this is PS2.
Oh yeah, duh. I'm sorry.
No, that's cool. This was so yeah. It's interesting. Like all three of them came out on PS2.
God, you're right. I'm sorry.
One generation. Jean Reno lent his likeness in the third one, but didn't say a damn thing in it.
It's hard to tell. I was like, for a second there, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot it was early PS2. I was like, oh, it's Reese. Did they do the models right? It's just like, yeah.
Nice. Oh, you're still alive, huh? Yeah, you can still like so the
2001 is also an interesting liminal point because it's like Dreamcast era,
Yeah.
peak Dreamcast.
Yeah, it's so interesting.
I'm also like, I don't know. I'm getting older. Everything's blending together.
And it's 18 years ago. That's a long time ago.
I was like, it was old, man. I don't know.
Look at this. Look at this pre-rendered.
You could play it on a PlayStation 2. God, that's such a that reveal is like the thing that reveals kind of nothing.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like, look at this room.
There's a room. Somebody was quite messy with it.
Mad people died in here. How devastating. Oh.
I take for granted how good narrative in certain ways is now.
Yeah, man. This is one of my favorite things, and we're gonna start wrapping up relatively soon. But one of my favorite things in this room is once you get all the good stuff in here. You got the map.
Oh, this guy! I remember this guy.
Remember this?
It took me a while to realize that was like supposed to be a mustache.
Oh yeah.
I was like, my man got snot.
It's so weird.
Was this the progenitor of the at least in the PlayStation 2 onward era, the creepy guy who's just hanging out?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was notes here the first time I played it too. So yeah, later on you'll learn that you can go back to these rooms where that creepy dude is like hanging upside down, and he takes you to these like little portals where you can go and like sort of grind if you need to get enough orbs to upgrade weapons and stuff. Should you need it, it's totally an optional thing. But yeah, check this out. So now you can switch between weapons.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
I like it.
Oh damn. Yeah, I really want to show off the stupid bonus costume that they give you when you beat the game. Remember at the time it was so like, oh, that's so hilarious, man. Alright, hold on.
Hell yeah.
You jerk. Those guys always give me the most
Man,
trouble.
he disintegrated in a really cool way.
Yeah.
That rules.
This really was mind-blowing at the time. Yeah.
Really stupid stuff amuses me now. It's just like, oh, yeah.
Stab him. Nice. Always go for that if you can. It's like the Resident Evil headshot while they're down. I think I can get this now. Yeah.
Yeah, someone's bringing up Otogi.
Otogi
Slept on. Otogi 1 and 2 for Xbox.
Genji.
From Software and Sega, I believe. I could be wrong. Don't correct me.
Oh! Yeah, the other thing about this game is, which is interesting, is that like it's sometimes it has a jump scare or two, but it's definitely not like Resident Evil scary. Like sometimes things will catch you off guard, or you're scared because like, oh no, I might die and I'm gonna lose all that progress. But the save points are pretty, they're pretty generous, so
Yeah.
never have to worry too much about losing too much information. And the story is like not terrible. It's like we mentioned before, it's so simple that like
You got one of them.
Here, yeah.
Get
Got
that
the
there's
other
that one.
Oh, I gotta change my weapon. And oh, what's the third one? Is that another weapon?
Oh no. Oh brother.
The third one is actually my favorite weapon. It's like this two-handed Darth Maul looking thing.
Hell yeah. Oh, I remember that thing.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, and every
I
time
sequestered a lot of this crap in my brain.
Yeah,
See, I think I put it. I think I put all this stuff in my brain stem.
Word.
Just all the stuff that like. You'll need this eventually.
Like, don't let go of this. It's like you were hoarding it in your brain.
I was just putting it in a part of my brain that like regulates like breathing and stuff like that. Like you will not need this for a while.
I really want to show off that English dub. It's so good. The Japanese dub is really solid though.
お主こそ斎藤家では見かけない顔だな。お主ひょっとして明智様之助殿では？
Wait a minute. I know that voice actor.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think he's Okuyasu.
From
JoJo.
Can't skip these cutscenes, unfortunately. So that's the other bummer. Like you'll kind of get a flashback of how it was like in life, what life was like in 2001, where you had to, every time a boss killed you, you had to reload your save and then watch these cutscenes. Although you can skip the pre-rendered ones, but those are never more than like 30 seconds long, so it's like, you're not saving that much time. I saved no one. Yeah, it is really cool to see the track the progression of like we were just playing Resident Evil 2 on stream on Friday, or whatever, and it's like pretty wild to see how far we've come in terms of like being able to move around spaces that aren't just pre-rendered 3D space. I mean, well, 2D planes. It still looks kind of good though. I'm like, I still give it some credit. What up, Cam? Sorry.
Someone's asking what we're playing on. PlayStation 4.
PlayStation 4 Pro. Because we're professionals. Sorry, I got a second to look at the chat real quick. Oh God, I can't look at chat right now. Back up. Get over here, man. Give me these orbs. We used to have a good friend of ours back in the day who was really good at these kind of games, and we would just always let him play the games for us if we got stuck. Like, remember Shinobi for the PS2?
I remember Shinobi, yes.
Oh God, that game still kind of haunts me.
Sorry, you're haunted.
Fuck. Damn it. This might not be the right weapon for these kind of dudes. And sometimes like the game will help you out and it'll make certain enemies color coded. So like use this weapon. Come on, are you serious?
I think they're serious.
I'm so glad I don't have an iPhone anymore because I say "Are you serious?" all the time, and my Siri would activate. And that fucking sucks. My Google Assistant now just minds her own business. She lets me live my life. All right, so we got about like maybe 10 minutes or so left in the stream. I really want to show off the stupid costume that you get when you beat the game.
I also want to see this.
Do anything because you can't skip these cutscenes. Yes, you get to play as her at one point eventually. You sort of switch back and forth.
Oh, maybe I was wrong. Sorry, I had to go on the IMDb for the voice actor.
All right, so check this out. I'm gonna quit.
Quit.
And you'll see my sort of mad save system here. I save all along just in case I need to go back and get footage for stuff. That's kind of the life you lead when you cover video games like this.
Do you want to switch? Are you switching up the voice actor?
Oh yeah, let's do that too. I think you have to do it at the main menu. You can't change it. What other language? Oh, just Japanese and English. Okay, so now we get that sweet 2001. All right, check this out. I hope you guys are ready.
Hell yeah.
Look at this shit. Look at this silly shit right here. If you notice that, like, and this was in the first one too on PS2, but the little like baby panda in the pouch.
Yeah. He's hanging out.
Yeah, I mean, this is what samurais wore. It's historically accurate.
Yeah, I know.
This is the origin. This is actually an origin story for all of the mascots. Yeah, do pandas have pouches?
No.
They don't have pouches.
No pouches. It's a mascot costume. They're not marsupials.
Look at this silly shit.
It's just a pajama pants. No, I like that it's a flower too.
Oh yeah. Your like little soul thing is a sunflower.
Come on, they're not marsupials.
You silly chat.
That'd be terrifying if they were.
Yo, marsupials are scary as fuck.
It is a drink holder. Somebody's mentioning in the chat. I do like that he claps and just hangs out.
Yeah, and in cutscenes where he's like, you know, it's super serious, he's just kind of looking around the scene. It looks so bizarre.
Hurry!
Oh, here's the voice acting.
Monsters! Close the door now!
But someone is there.
Get him!
But someone is there!
But someone is there.
That was definitely like one of the dudes that worked on the game. Oh, you just sliced my baby panda? I'm gonna let go of this R1
Someone
button.
said I couldn't handle that dab.
Oh man, it's hilarious. If you like campy nonsense, you'll enjoy this dub.
Fans of campy nonsense will be entertained.
Fans of
Open
the
the door.
genre
I've
of
killed all the
campy
monsters.
nonsense.
He killed?
Huh?
What should we do?
What should we do?
He did not sync up the voices.
No,
with the
not at
mouth
all.
At all.
So you can tell this was made for the Japanese dub, and then they just
Yeah.
copy and pasted all of the WAV files.
Ah! Sorry.
We are very sorry. Please forgive us.
What happened to you? They came out of nowhere and attacked us.
The keep may have also been attacked by them.
The keep is ahead of us that way?
Right. The forest road there is a shortcut to the keep.
I see.
See.
No, yeah. John in chat saying how like perfect the dub is for this kind of game.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I
like
agree.
if you're gonna, it'd be weird if they got good voice actors. Sir Ian McKellen as
Yeah.
Samanosuke.
Yeah, or Jean Reno. Oh wait.
Wait, yeah, no, they did do that. I got to imagine that would have been like a very. I want to imagine that Jean Reno just didn't give a shit.
Yeah, he was totally in for that paycheck.
I was
man.
just imagining him just being like, I play a Frenchman who
What?
is
with the samurai.
meet the samurai guy. It's like when you hear that final Orson Welles, there the bats again. When you hear that final Orson Welles interview about
my God.
about Transformers, it's just the peak phoning it in. It rules.
man.
It's one of my favorite interviews that he ever gave.
What was that commercial he
'Cause
did?
he did it like right before he died, and so he's just like, I am a large planet, and then I am defeated, and shout. It's something like that. It's real. You're thinking of Paul Masson, but you could also be thinking of the,
No,
the
I'm
Peak
thinking about-
commercial.
No, I'm thinking about I thought I was thinking about Orson Welles.
Yeah.
He
The
did
French the French wine with its excellence. It is
Yes,
a California
dude.
wine.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
He did that, and there's a notorious tape of him doing a line read for a pea ad that was parodied in The Critic because they just had the guy who did Orson Welles for cartoon characters on hand. He's like, yeah, get that guy who plays Brain.
Yeah, so you're recognizing some of the same environments. So this is basically like, you know, you get to play the game again with this silly panda suit.
Yeah.
Because that's what constituted a bonus unlock back in the day.
I love bonus unlocks.
Yeah.
Seiryu.
I'm curious as to like if there's any interest in this game in chat. Like, do any of you want to play? I mean, I could see the appeal for Switch, like we mentioned before.
Yeah, I mean that's you could also play it docked. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you don't have to. It looks good for what it is. You know,
Mhm.
like I'm glad from an archival perspective they're doing this outside of
Word.
just like playing a PlayStation. You know, you get those ones where it's like, oh, you can play Saga Frontier on like the PlayStation 3 or 4, and it's just like okay. But it's nice to have them like actually make sure these assets look good
Yeah, and also just like carry them into the future, into the present.
for future generations.
Exactly.
When we live in the Mad Max times, someone's going to be like, damn, I should play Onimusha.
Exactly.
Immortan Joe will be like, what is the ideal way to play Vagrant Story?
Yeah. I played the majority of this game with my girlfriend tagging along, being like, oh, you missed that thing, or here's the puzzle. Like, she solved most of the puzzles. which is pretty cool.
Someone said, I'm picking this up for the Switch next week. My boys will get a kick out of it. They're into older games. It's true.
My boys.
PS2 is like a very specific time too, because
Yeah.
it's just like there's like certain things about it that age well and certain things that don't. I think a lot of retro nostalgia is moving towards PlayStation Dreamcast era a lot more heavily because everyone's just like pixel art, we get it.
Yeah. And now we want to see those weird sort of like throwback polygonal 3D models that look kind of dorky but kind of cool at the same time.
Are you gonna go forward into the future?
Let's go maybe like an hour in, and then maybe we'll do that for like another 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, 10, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I beat the game in about 4 hours. Yeah, this is the weapon I was talking. You also get more armor and stuff, which is pretty cool. I think this is a boss. I think I'm about to fight the boss, one of the bosses. Shit, I forgot which way to go.
Samuel Nosuke.
Yeah, I think this is one of the bosses. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you're on a roof.
Oh, did I already beat him? Well, I think I
This
did
is what happens
already.
when you just jump into a save point. You're like, I guess, what was I doing here?
I think I beat the boss in this area. I'm looking for the little... Here, let's get some more voice acting, I think. Yeah, here we go.
Die, demon. You don't deserve... No.
Yeah, it was a lot of saves. That we were talking about that earlier, but when you cover video games like this, you have to make a ton of saves so you can jump around the game and not, oh man, I wish I would have captured that 10 hours ago.
Yeah.
So that's the life we lead.
If you love recording videos
Yeah.
for the internet, you'll love making like 50 saves
Oh yeah.
and trying to figure out meticulously.
I love when games give me that option. It's like, give me as many saves as possible. Otherwise, it just becomes like quarter.
safe now.
Like, all right.
Oh man, you know what you learn to love as a video editor? Cutscene, a cutscene theater.
I will
Oh
save her.
yeah.
Those rule.
So many things you learn to appreciate as an
Cutscene
editor.
theater, something
know
that
why
like
Princess
that
Yuki
doesn't
was
limit
here
you to like
before.
3 saves.
Oh god, yeah.
Princess Yuki was born the
Also,
daughter of
cloud
a feudal
saves. Thank the Lord
and thus raised
that
for
we're
arranged marriage.
here
She has
on
had
Earth
no freedom
during the time of
whatsoever.
cloud saves.
So when she meets someone else who's in need, she wants to help them.
Okay.
Yeah, the voice acting, dog.
In this world, only the strong survive.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Samanosuke's a G.
Hell
Let me
yeah,
tell you
man.
about the ways of the world.
Wise
Yamamoto.
words.
The world?
The world?
4 years ago,
Oh.
my husband Mitsuhide pressured me to leave and see the world.
Some backstory for today.
God, it's like King's Quest 7 era CG.
Look at that. Look at those waves. That
I have
grass.
met people
The
who
sick
speak
yurts.
and look different than us. I have experienced things that I never would have imagined.
I took Molly one time.
There are infinite things that we do not understand. There is beauty and freedom all
Gravity.
around us.
Magnets.
My man's
How do they
Myself
work?
and
My man
everyone
smoking weed.
To see
Yeah, man.
these things and then share them with the people of this country. You must help them to understand the absurdity of fighting over such small portions of land on this tiny island.
Preach.
Kind of weird words coming from a guy with a bunch of swords.
Yeah, right. You got 3 weapons on you, my guy.
Who are you?
My name is Nui. I serve Princess Hatsu. Princess Yuki is underground. Oh.
Hell yeah.
That's so good.
You all right?
Oh, Popeye.
Kaede,
God, I would have it
Little
no
time.
other way.
I have to find Princess Yuki. You watch over these two.
I will.
Oh wait, there was a chest in there. Hold on.
I'm trying
Get
to think
outta
of
here.
when episode 1 came out.
I already got it.
Was that 99?
99, I think. Yeah.
So yeah, do you think this is a direct response to Darth Maul?
Oh.
Because I remember seeing, I think everyone agreed that episode 1 was bad. Like, it took a good 2 weeks to admit it, really.
Yeah.
Everyone was just like, no, that was good. It was like when Matrix Reloaded sucked, everyone was like, I think I like parts of that.
Everyone looking around the room like, was that good?
Was that good?
was
I think,
good.
but everyone agreed that Darth Maul was cool. Like, everyone
Oh, yeah,
admitted
yeah.
that they were like, oh, sick, he got those 2 blades. And then you just saw an uptick in...
Fuck.
How do I do this?
Archers are the worst. It is kind of cool that you see the arrow in you.
I think you saw an uptick in twin-bladed weapons in other media post Darth Maul.
Yeah, like twin blades are so hot right now.
I'm imagining like Mugatu saying that.
Yeah. It's that damn Darth Maul.
feel like I'm taking midichlorians here.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's one of the reasons why. Spoiler alert for Star Wars. They're bringing my man back.
For which one? For just in general? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they brought him back in the cartoons.
Yeah.
Like, in the cartoons, he didn't die because he was too cool.
He was the coolest part of that whole, like...
Well, the Duel of the Fates,
Oh.
like, fight is still good.
So
like, if
good.
you're gonna judge any part of that as being good.
Yeah.
And you're not, like, one of those irony prequel memes people.
Mm-hmm. Can I do this yet?
I respect that level of irony, but I cannot co-sign it.
See that new Spider-Man trailer?
No, I've been saving it for eating lunch.
Yeah, nice. That's a good call.
Is it good?
It looks pretty good.
Ah, sick.
It looks pretty fun. Like, now we're getting into the part of the Marvel stories where it's like,
Yeah,
Spider-Man vacation. You know,
Yeah,
it's like,
just screw around. We're
why
running
not?
we're running out of big stories to tell. We want
this summer, Peter goes on a trip. It's like that kind
God,
of
that
thing.
hurt me to hear.
Sorry.
No offense.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is, though. I mean, that's kind of what, like,
Rob
Solo...
Schneider. Yeah.
What Solo was, it was like,
Well,
hot high school Star Wars.
Well, what it should have been before what's his name got his horrible hands on it.
JJ?
No.
Ron.
Yeah.
My boy Ron.
Not a fan of Ron.
Mm.
The Lord. Also, like that, Phil Lord and Miller produced Enter the Spider-Verse. That it's good, and that it proves that they would have done a great job finishing that Solo movie.
Oh, yeah, man.
Because they have fun. They know how to be fun.
Yeah, those movies are fun as fuck. Fun AF.
21 Jump Street's fun. Lego Movie's fun. They're good at what they do. Just trust them.
Word.
Just trust them.
Let them live.
Let them live. Clone High's good. Lord and Miller rule. Yeah.
Let me clear a couple more rooms, and I think we might call it.
I think that's a good way to end.
Yeah. But yeah,
Because otherwise I'll just talk about Lord and Miller.
we'll talk about Star
Talk
Wars.
about Clone High.
Spider-Man.
I really like the episode where Gandhi has ADD.
So yeah, this is what we were trying to do before. How you feel about that new Hellboy?
I'm indifferent.
Yeah, same. I'm not a huge Hellboy fan.
No, the thing is, I'm pro Hellboy. I don't
yeah,
think
yeah.
you could. I think Hellboy 2's great, but I don't think any of them are Hellboy. I think I think it was Bakun online who said this. Where it was like the closest we got to getting Mignola's art style was the Shrunken Head. I'm sorry, Amazing Screw-On Head cartoon that ran for like 3 episodes on Sci-Fi.
Oh wow.
With Niles.
Oh, I think I remember that. Wow.
Yeah,
that was a
no,
long
it was
while.
it was really good, and it was really short, and they like kind of didn't. Oh, I can see how this is useful for these guys.
Yeah, man.
It's just got the range. No, yeah, go find that. Go find Amazing Screw-On Head because it's a really good show. It's up there with in terms of my favorite. Like, oh damn, we could have done this. Animations up there with Korgoth of Barbaria, which is the if you've never seen Korgoth of Barbaria, it's all the SpongeBob people making a incredibly violent Conan the Barbarian show.
That's dope.
And it was a pilot on Adult Swim, and I think it faced up against Tim and Eric, and it beat Tim and Eric, but Tim and Eric was cheaper to produce.
That makes sense.
But also they were like, well, we kind of explored everything we can with this show in the first episode, so it's fair.
Stab him.
Yeah, you can watch it on YouTube, someone says, which I wish there's probably also a way to watch it on like CartoonNetwork.com. But they're not making more of them, so hell with it.
See what you did there.
I think Pat...
Oh,
damn.
oh.
And it stars Dietrich Bader from the neighbor from Office Space, and
Oh yeah.
Dietrich Bader, and who was also on Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Man, I never knew his name.
I think that's his name. I could be wrong.
I just always knew him as the dude from Whose Line Is It Anyway.
Don't yell at me in the YouTube comments if I'm wrong.
Whose line was it anyway?
We never found out. Never found out. Is there a boss coming up?
I think there might be.
I can end on a boss.
I want to. Oh yeah. I think we're close. Oh, this is some PS2 era. What's the term? Fuck shit. Where it's like, here we go.
That is the term.
This is the proper term.
Yeah. No, this is fuck shit.
Here we go.
I didn't know what you meant for a second, and then you accurately diagnosed this as fuck shit. God of War has one of these segments.
It's not a video game if you don't have one of those. I'm sorry.
If you have a space where you can pick something up and activate a trap, it had better also have
Swinging axe.
swinging Edgar Allan Poe style swinging blades.
Yeah. Oh, one thing that I don't. Oh, here we go. Check this out. Look at that shit. Oh yeah. Solved it.
That was a very complicated puzzle.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, you're not going to be challenged by this game.
No.
You're not going to be challenged by this game. It existed in a time when, like, the verbs for this stuff were still being kind of...
Oh!
Well, you might get challenged by that guy.
Yeah, that guy's gonna challenge your face.
People were still trying to figure out, like, how to make 3D space cool.
Yeah, seriously. The one thing that kind of blows, though, it's gonna take some getting used to. And by getting used to, I mean you just gotta kind of deal with it. Give me that yellow! Oh, come on.
Bow. Get that yellow.
I'll show you guys in a second once I clear this hallway real quick. Once I make some calamari out of these fools.
Is your I guess magic gauge, your key gauge, I don't know, independent of each weapon?
Yeah. So each let's
so
say
you could get sloppy with it, really.
That's true. Yeah, I should just do this.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Just disintegrate these fools.
That's so cool.
So one thing that kind of takes a while to get used to is when you hit, options. You have to go all the way over to maps and remember what map you're in. So I think we're in the keep right now. No, we're not in the keep.
Yeah, that's a thing that people wouldn't do now.
No, look at this. And then it's just kind of this map with color-coded doors that keep you, that just remind you which weapons require which. Require upgrading. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's Onimusha in a nutshell. We've been kind of streaming it for an hour or so. Let us know if you have any plans on playing this game. Do you want to play this on Switch? I kind of wish I played it on Switch. I would have been curious.
I wonder if how the controls would feel on Switch, because I imagine, like, having it's meant to be played on a PlayStation controller. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, at the end of the day. And would having those, like, would the Switch controller be a fun experience with this? I don't know.
Yeah, or can you make a Labo cardboard Darth Maul thing with the Joy-Cons?
I don't think you can do that.
And then just swing it around your living room.
I think that would probably make a lot of people pissed off.
That would be kind of cool. Nintendo, hit me up. I got mad ideas.
Cardboard Onimusha, the Labo, which is selling well. What if you just did an Onimusha themed one?
What if you just got a tube of cardboard and taped the Joy-Cons on there and you just swung it around the room?
We're full of ideas.
Let me know.
I want to see the Venn diagram of people who are really into Labo, but also people who are into the 2001 PlayStation 2 game Onimusha. Specifically that one.
Also people who are heavy into LARPing.
Oh, that did not work against these guys.
Oh yes, you know what? I think these guys got to switch it up and use the red. That's my purple, but screw it. I committed.
Are they color coded?
I feel like it helps to fight these stronger enemies with the stronger weapon.
I also like that this game kind of definitely lives in the shadow of Resident Evil, in that you have, or like Resident Evil or Final Fantasy VII, that you have these, like, samurai demons, but they're in, like, test tubes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like Nobunaga's hanging out, but they still have, like, biohazard weapons.
Yeah, it's like there's something else going on here.
Umbrella Corporation goes back
yeah.
centuries.
Oh snap! It does make me curious about playing, like, the sequels. Oh shoot! About playing the sequels, I'm probably gonna die here, but good
oh no, you imagine you could just, like, burn these dudes.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Sick. Yeah, see?
Nice. Smells good in here now.
Roasty.
Yeah, it does make me curious about hopefully getting remasters for the sequels, because I kind of want to play them now after having played this weird ass thing.
I would play 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like 2 is probably the sweet spot, because 3 I remember being wonky in that way that, like, Resident Evil 5 and 6 were wonky.
Right.
But maybe I'm just imagining. I think like the narrative's really weird because you're in. Was
France, I think.
Yeah, was it 2 time periods, or was it like 1 and then somebody got unfrozen?
No, I remember there being, like, cars and shit, which was, like, weird. I remember the cutscene in the
I remember
the beginning.
It's just been a million years since I played it.
But I want to play because Jean Reno, mainly.
This reminds me, I've been meaning to watch this movie, directed by a guy who did a movie called Naked Killers, which is a really good movie if you ever should get a chance. But it's about it's like basically Samurai Highlander.
Okay.
And it's about an unfrozen like Chinese warrior basically.
So it's like Encino Man?
Yeah, it's like sort of, except it's like Highlander. But the name of the I don't know if this was like a localization joke or if this was just what they intended it to be, and it was weird. It's literally called The Iceman Cometh, which is so funny to me.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good localization right there. But yeah, this was a brief look at Onimusha. Definitely, if you're intrigued by this, I'd say check it out, even for like archival purposes.
Yeah.
It's on Switch, PS4, Xbox One, PC, basically everything.
They're just putting it everywhere, man.
Put it in everywhere, and hopefully they come out with the sequels because I definitely want to play those now. But
yeah, I hope this does well.
Word. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye.